Guys, gals, Jason here from Ridgeline Overlanding. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Today I want to talk about why I love this soft shell fold-out rooftop tent. The reason I'm doing that, a couple of reasons. One is that some of my favorite YouTubers are really trashing these tents. And two, I actually traded it in and an hour later returned it. A little bit awkward trading in and returning a rooftop tent, but we found a way. So let's talk a little bit about that. Why I think that these are a great option for the right people in the right circumstances, and why you shouldn't go racing to get rid of yours. So for those of you not familiar with the channel, this is the Doghouse Mesa 4-man tent. It is your typical flip out tent. And there's some things I really like about it. One of the things I like about it is that it flips out. It's got this large area underneath that is, gosh, about 3.5 feet by 6 feet. Got an awning room that goes on here. And when it's been cold out, we've literally put our propane fire pit inside the awning in sub-zero temperatures and hung out inside to keep warm. Looking on the inside, there's a ton of room in here. Anyway, there's nothing crazy fancy here, but you can get insulation kits. You got windows on both sides, a door on the end, mosquito flaps, all of that kind of stuff. Now, when it comes to the Doghouse tent specifically, these are built to the highest quality. I've taken these things on some crazy bumpy roads, and they have taken their licking, and as they say, keep on ticking. The biggest gripe that people have with these is setup and teardown time. They feel like they just need to get going quicker. It's easier. I get that. The single pop-ups, they're fantastic for speed, but they are not fantastic for space, and they are not fantastic for shelter. So what I want to do is I want to look at the pros and cons of three major styles of tents and talk about why I think this is an amazing option. Is it the tent for everybody? No. If you're going out by yourself, get the single pop-up. Often there's 2, 3 of us, couple of dogs. We need the space. And this thing gives you space in spades. And you know what? The Canyon model is actually even bigger. That's pretty crazy. So let's keep this balanced, right? We're not here to poo-poo on anybody's tent. So here's two of the other more popular styles. Have a look, see what you think. Maybe one of these is better for you. I'm just sharing my experience, and I think it's the experience of a lot of other guys my age who might want to take kids or dogs or spouses or buddies along with them. I don't have all of the hooks in here, but I'm going to do a teardown. We're going to add 60 seconds to my clock for the amount of time it would take to pull out those hooks. And we're going to do a simulated teardown, and it's probably going to be 5 minutes. And I don't know. 5 minutes is not that big a deal. All right, let's do this. Start the timer. So in the mornings, I get it. You want to tear down camp, you want to get going on your adventure, but we're talking a few minutes saved. And yeah, I mean, if it's wet, it's a little more work, but no matter what, you're going to have to take your tent home and dry it out. So I think the drawbacks are overstated. Six minutes and change. So for 6 minutes, you get a much bigger tent. You put that awning room on there, as I've shown you, and that is an amazing place to ride out the cold weather or rain or whatever. We generally have someone sleeping in the awning room. Yeah, the short of it is, if you're by yourself, don't get this tent. Because if you're stuck in bad weather, you sit in the cab of your truck or sit in your smaller tent and ride it out. But if you've got 2 or 3 or 4 people and dogs and you're going out in sub-zero, get this tent. I talked about having traded this thing in. I really started to think that I wanted or needed the iCamper style. I did a couple nights away, changing spots each night by myself, and I thought, I don't need all this space, and I would like it to be a little bit quicker. So I traded it in. I'll show you the model that I traded it in for. They didn't have it on demo, so I just took the specs at their word. Drove out to Chilliwack, 20, 25 minutes. It was a Friday, call it more like 40 minutes. Cut a deal, came back, brought my tent in, traded it, drove home, opened up the new tent, and it was tiny. The specs said it was the size of a king bed. My tape measure said it was the size of a double bed. My wife and I don't share a double bed. We share a king. We like king. Major fail. We returned it. What that's done is my last 3 trips since then, it's helped me appreciate what I have a whole lot more. Helped me to realize that, you know what, I did make the right choice when I bought this tent, and it is still the right fit for me. So there are people trying to sell these left and right, getting out of them and thinking that they need a better, quicker tent or something. This might be the better tent. So for you guys that are thinking of buying a new rooftop tent, don't. Head over to Facebook Marketplace and pick one of these up for 30 cents on the dollar while everyone's trying to get rid of them, and then cut your own videos explaining why you think that it's a better option too. Anyway, that's enough for now. Thanks for hanging out, and we got some more adventure videos coming. It's been a really busy fall, getting a lot of stuff done, a lot of cool adventures. So we'll see you on the next one, and until next time, and there will be a next time, go play outside. You're still here? Well, I might as well keep talking then. So this next video coming up pretty soon here is going to be West Harrison and Hale Creek. Lots of water crossings, lots of deep, rutted, crazy stuff. What a fun, fun weekend on the trails. A little more on the rooftop tents. You know, there is no one size fits all. It just seems, at least for me, and I would recommend for anybody that's traveling with at least 2 people and or pets, consider the flip out. It makes more dollars, it costs less dollars and it makes more sense. But you know what? Don't take my word for it. Try some out. Go with a buddy. Borrow one. Watch some other reviews. But don't join the bandwagon of just crapping on the fold out. It's a great option. So check it out. Anyway, talk soon.